Right now at 11, violent storms rolled through Indiana in a matter of hours. In their wake, they left devastation and stunned residents.
Tonight, we have live team coverage from all over Indiana. Our crews headed to the spots hardest hit, including Fountain and Howard counties, where officials are trying to determine if a tornado or straight line winds caused the extensive damage. The hardest hit area appears to be Kokomo, including the Kokomo Mall and the popular Coney Island restaurant.
A state of emergency is in effect there tonight. Authorities are threatening to arrest people out on the street as crews work to determine the extent of all of this damage. RTV6's Ebony Monet is live in Kokomo. Ebony.
Todd, Erica, we are seeing a lot of damage here in Howard County, particularly here in Kokomo. Damage like what you're seeing here behind me. This is Fire Station 6. It actually houses 3 fire trucks, but as you can see, the 3rd fire truck is exposed after today's storms actually ripped off the wall. We've talked to officials who tell us that yes, there has been a state of emergency declared, and they're asking for people to stay off the roads, but they're telling us that for the most part, the damage is concentrated to the southern part of the state.
Technical difficulty. Okay.
Oh, I do apologize there. I think we're having trouble running the piece. We talked to the mayor. And he actually says that there is significant damage to businesses, damage to homes. We saw it firsthand. There's still thousands of people without power. They say because of the state of emergency, they have called all available city workers in to help. They've also said that they've heard from officials from neighboring counties who have offered their help, and they say they will likely be taking them up on that offer. Officials are actually going to meet first thing in the morning at 6 a.m. to decide whether or not this emergency, the state of emergency, will have to be extended. In the meantime, like I mentioned, they're asking for people to be off of the streets unless it is an emergency and you cannot help but to be on the streets. A lot of the stoplights are actually out right now, which is causing traffic delays and confusion, and we've seen a lot of city workers actually out there trying to direct traffic. Schools have already decided to cancel schools for the morning, and neighboring counties are on a 2-hour delay. Reporting live in Kokomo, Ebony Monet, RTV6.
All right, major problems up there in Kokomo. Ebony, thank you for that live report.
We continue our team coverage now by heading west to Fountain County, where the area around the town of Petersburg is dealing with extensive damage tonight. RTV6 reporter Drew Smith is there.
In the small town of Malat, population 195, emergency workers will spend all night examining the damage.
We don't know whether it's straight line winds or whether it's actually a tornado. We've heard both. Okay. But until they actually clarify it, there's a lot of destruction in this town.
I'll take a look at some of the devastation here in a mobile home park in Malat in Fountain County. We saw 3 trailers side by side totally flipped over. This one suffering the worst damage of all. You can see all the insides of that trailer are now outside, just sitting on the ground.
When I first got here, the fire department was doing a search of all the buildings and all the houses. Everybody's been accounted for. No one got hurt.
Amazing that the people inside these trailers only suffered cuts and bruises, according to the sheriff. In nearby Petersburg, the damage is widespread. Bricks littering the sidewalk after falling from this downtown building. This house was demolished as nearby trees ripped right through the structure.
We don't know if it was that high winds, if it was tornado. We don't know what it was. But it's uplifted 5 trees, went through the house, as you can tell. In a matter of minutes, we got family down here helping us.
Wood says she and her husband got through it okay, but feels extremely lucky.
He went flying from the living room, dove through the air to the computer room, and we got to the hallway getting towards the back door, and that was it. We didn't even have time to get to the basement.
Luckily, in this case, it turned out to be okay. In Petersburg, Drew Smith, RTV6.
And we have new pictures tonight from damage in Tippecanoe County, where RTV6 has confirmed that 2 schools have suffered heavy damage. Those schools are Mentone Elementary and Southwestern Middle School, which are next to each other. Tippecanoe County schools are closed tomorrow because of the storm. You can see a full list of school closings on the bottom of your screen.
We have dramatic new video tonight of the tornado that hit Boone County. The video is from the camera in a Boone County Sheriff's deputy's car, and you'll hear from him a bit later. But the video shows the tornado forming as it crosses State Road 39 just before it slams into a Starbucks. That tornado damaged dozens of homes and businesses in Boone County. RTV6 reporter Chris Prophet is live in Lebanon. Chris.
And Lebanon police tell us tonight that 26 homes are damaged, 7 like this one behind me, uninhabitable. 8 businesses also damaged, and 5 people are out of their homes tonight. And despite all of that, the people in Lebanon are very lucky tonight because this tornado could have been disastrous. The tornado ripped a path across Lebanon, starting with this Starbucks just off of Interstate 65, where travelers taking shelter filled the store. Amazingly, no one was hurt.
It's actually fairly localized in one path. It started on the western side of the city, in the southern half of the city, and basically cut a straight line right across the southern part.
The storm then took aim on a nearby neighborhood, toppling trees and damaging homes over roughly 5 blocks, panicking hundreds of people.
I seen a bunch of debris flying up in the air, and I was trying to get my family in the bathroom, and as soon as I got them in the bathroom and got everybody situated, that's when it hit and blew my bedroom window out right in front of where I was sitting.
Dozens of firefighters swarmed the neighborhoods looking for anyone injured or trapped, and again, no one is hurt.
My thought was, how many people are hurt in this neighborhood? Because I got friends, I got relatives, I got family over here.
No one was evacuated, but police warned people to stay out of the area so utility workers could shut off gas and electricity to damaged homes, while some people collected their belongings and searched for missing pets.
Our dog was outside. We didn't know the tornado was coming, and looked outside, and the tornado was coming right towards us, and our dog's gone.
2 hours earlier, the blinding rain and fierce winds on Interstate 65 North would cause this: an overturned semi and damage to the adjacent Subaru Isuzu plant. All workers were accounted for, and no one was hurt.
Tornado's coming over, and debris starts coming. We look over, and the semi is up in the air and flown on its side.
And then, what was a deadly day across the Midwest becomes a moonlit night, obscuring the damage that will take weeks and months to rebuild. Did have minor injuries when the semi they were in was flipped by high winds. We're told they're okay tonight. Also, a shelter was opened at a nearby school, but it closed because everyone here does have a place to stay. Reporting live in Lebanon, Chris Prophet, RTV6.
Our team coverage continues as strong winds caused some serious damage in Indianapolis, too. Take a look here. This was the scene at East Washington and Jefferson. The roof blew off an old abandoned building that used to be a nightclub. The wind blew debris all over the roadway, closing Washington Street to traffic. But the worst of the damage was a few blocks east of that location at Washington and Ritter. Our TV6 reporter Tanya Spencer continues our team coverage.
This was the oldest building still standing in historic Irvington. It was 110 years old, and for 18 months, planners had been busy trying to renovate it and bring it back to life. Mother Nature has left that plan in pieces.
We're an historic neighborhood. We're very proud of that. This was a labor of love trying to restore this building back to what it had been back, a basic commercial building with lots of uses. It used to be a drugstore. It used to be the post office, lots of different uses. Right now it's just a jumble of bricks. This is a key corner. This is, they sometimes talk about if you're missing a building, you're missing a tooth. Well, this is the front tooth of our neighborhood.
Redevelopers say they have no idea what they'll do with this property now. Reporting in Irvington, Tanya Spencer, RTV6.
And a wrecking crew is there tonight to finish taking down what's left of the shell so Washington Street can be reopened to traffic.